Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is water bottle behind me. Please ignore that because I was drinking some water. But this is my review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4, Episode 9, Intervention. This was a very interesting, entertaining, full of fuckery and bullshit all up and through episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. You know, from the intervention with TT to the whole fight scene at the end to the middle with Bridget Kelly, the whole Brooke Valentine, Booby, Marcus debacle. Just all this shit that happened in today's episode. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. The episode picks off right where it left off last time, and it's with the intervention. Yeah, they, surprised Tierra with an intervention, and she was very visibly pissed off. Tierra, she doesn't deny that she has a problem, but she doesn't admit she has a problem throughout the season. She does admit, yes, I drink, but then she also says, I don't wake up with a drink. So I've always said, I don't know if she has a problem. It doesn't seem like she has a problem. She just said that she occasionally drinks. So when they have this whole intervention thing, she's pissed off. She walks in the house, and the lady was all up in her face, like all up in her personal space. And my thing is, I feel like with an intervention, you first let the person get a little bit comfortable. You have them come in, you have a seat, they'll see something different because everybody's sitting around in like a circle of shit. And then you say, we brought you here for A, B, or C reason. The first place where they fucked up was they had the lady walk up to her like, hi, I'm so-and-so, and your friends called me here because to help you with your drinking. It was how it happened that made her pissed off and standoffish initially. If I walk into a house and someone be like, hi, it's a stranger, and you come in my personal space, like your friends called me here to help you because you drink too goddamn much, I'll be like, who you think you... My shirt is getting on my nerve. I'm like, who you think you talking to? I don't want to deal with this. I'm out. Y'all some hoes. Fuck you. I would leave too because of how it was introduced to me. Now, she come in and she like, oh, can you ever see? She was like, no, and get the fuck out my face. And she's like, this is some bullshit. I'm leaving. So she does. She leaves. She goes outside. She's trying to get in the car. Monique comes behind her. And when she's trying to get in the car, it seemed like the damn driver of the car locked her out. I'm looking like, can she not leave? Like, why is the door locked? Why does she have to keep saying, open the door? Open the door. Like, bitch, open the door. You a goddamn driver. You know how to open the door. Why aren't you opening the door? But probably because production told him, like, wait, don't let her in. We trying to get a scene. And, she does get into the SUV. And Monique is at the door talking to her, trying to say, hey, we're trying to help you. We're trying to make you be better. And she's like, this is some bullshit. No, I can't believe. And it was all in the way they did it. That is why she was so pissed off initially. So when Monique it was a producer, I think her name was pronounced Trivia. I can't remember how they said her name one time, but she is one of the producers on the show. So when I kept seeing the preview for last week, I was looking like, who was that other person talking to her with the braids? I thought it was someone like in her family or something who they also had there. Turns out, no, it was one of the producers who work on the show and know her. And the producer's like, look, because she's not listening to Monique. So Monique's like, we're trying to help you. And she's like, no, you don't be calling me, checking on me. We're not even friends right now. I ain't trying to hear that. Y'all trying to ruin me. Y'all trying to break up my image. And then the producer comes out, and they're like, executive producer. I believe it was spelled Trevia. So I'm thinking it was Trivia or Trivia. I don't know which one it is. These pronunciations can be one way or the other. But she then talks to Tierra, and she's like, look, calm down. If you don't hear anything, she's like, no, y'all trying to ruin my image, and I'm scared to do music now because she's discouraged, and because I feel like y'all trying to hurt my image. And she's like, no, we care about you. That's not it. She's like, if you don't hear nothing else we say, hear me say, just come back in there and sit down and just listen. We all want to see you win. You know, we just want to we want to see that from you. So Tiara's crying. I think Monique was crying. The producer was crying a little bit, and she's like, "Okay, I'll come back in and listen, but I'm not everybody in there." And she's like, "Well, who you don't want in there?" And she was like, "Some of them people don't even talk to me. You know, they don't deal with me. They shouldn't be there." And I agree. When you go to an intervention, it's supposed to be people who are connected to you. So she said that she wanted Nia to leave and Lil Fia to leave. She's like, because I don't deal with them. They don't know me like that, so they shouldn't be in there, you know, telling me anything about me when they're not in my life. I completely agree. But I also feel like the only reason that Fizz was there was to be a support system for Moniece, because Moniece has her own issues. So I don't think he was there to really even say anything to Tiara. I think he was more there to be a support system a little bit. So, but I do see her saying why she didn't want her there. Now, Nia ain't had no point in the episodes this whole goddamn season. All she is the person when, I guess she come along because they want to use the goddamn carpool lane and you need 3 people. So, you know what I'm saying? They always bring Nia because she serves no purpose on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood at all. Like, she doesn't have any kind of storyline. And that's the weird part about it, to where it's like, why is she there? Oh, for no reason. So they go and they do tell Fizz and Nia that she wants her to leave, and they get up and they leave. So, you know, when she go back in, she's reluctant. She doesn't really want to talk to anyone. She's like, you know, y'all can talk whatever. You know, this is, well, I don't know why I'm here. And, you know, Moniece starts to talk. And she's like, you know, I wrote you a letter because, you know, my thoughts get really jumbled. So I wrote stuff down so I wouldn't be so jumbled. And she was like, bitch, I don't want to hear no letter. No, I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I want to hear from. I don't even know what you up to. And I get it. She like, if you wrote a letter, how do I know that you didn't write something out to make me feel worse or to say something crazy? But again, Tiara wasn't open to it because, again, it was how it was presented to her. So they're like, okay, well, speak from your heart, Moniece. And she tries to start talking. She said, you know, I care about you. You're my friend. I love you. And then she got all emotional. And on one note, I was like, girl, it ain't about you. You know, I need you to keep your composure, because if you breaking down because of your own issues, you can't talk to her about her issues. So when they had Trivia, I can't pronounce the producer's name, talk, you know, she goes into saying, you know, we think you need help. You know, we see how you're being reclusive. You're not being around anyone anymore. She's like, we're worried about you. There are times when we come looking for you. We knock on the door. You don't answer. You be missing. And we be worried, thinking, you know, is she okay? What happened? She was like, I'll be fine. I'm okay. I don't know why y'all tripping. And you know, and the producer also was like, you know, this isn't even about my job being a producer. This is me as your friend. I know you, I care about you, and you know, I'm worried about you. And again, Tiara was listening. The producer do say, like, your friends reached out because they worried about you, meaning they asked, meaning Moniece, because Moniece was there. AD was there, and then Nikki Baby was there, and they were like, you know, they reached out because they worried about you. So I'm like, okay, that means they reached out to the producers, like, can y'all pay for her to go to rehab, is what she meant by they reached out, and the producers gonna probably pay for it. They set up this whole intervention thing. You know, Tiara goes on to say, you know, I'm a good friend to y'all, and you know, I keep all y'all secrets, and I would disrespect the same in return. Meaning she know the demons that they dealing with. Because Moniece did say, well, yeah, I know I have. You know, I'm battling my depression. I need therapy with myself, and I'm still trying to help myself. And she's like, right. And I don't go anywhere spreading your business. Meaning you have depression issues that you have to deal with in life. And I know that, but I'm not going to talk about that on camera. So why is y'all on camera talking about my issues? Why couldn't we talk about that in private? I agree with that. If you know what I'm saying? It's a way to do things. And I think that's why Tiara was so reluctant to do things, because it's open to the public. So, you know, that part I agree with her on. What else did she say? She did eventually open up. And she did say, you know, for the past 3 or 4 years, she been drinking every day. She say based on, you know, her mom getting sick, her career stalling, she got depressed, she got sad. And she's like, when I'm depressed and I was sad, I would always go to the bar. I would always drink. And so for the past 3 or 4 years, it's just gotten, I'm drinking every day because I'm in some kind of depression. And she's crying and everything. And, you know, she was saying how she was, you know, withdrawn from people, you know, and it was due to her alcoholism. And she felt that she was trying to protect herself because she was just in a different headspace. Eventually they say, well, hey, can you go to rehab? Can you go to a treatment facility? Can you do that for 90 days? And she like, fuck y'all, no, I ain't got time for that, but I'll do 30 days. And, you know, they crying, whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-whoop. You know, Moniece hugs her. So, you know, we see that whole thing of her saying, you know, she gonna go to rehab. Tierra does admit that she needs to get her shit together, and that the 30-day rehab for something that she gonna go to is the first step in her getting herself together. So bravo to Tierra, bravo, bravo, bravo. We see a later scene of her packing up her apartment to go to rehab. I kept thinking to myself, but bitch, if you going for 30 days, why you gotta move out? Like, ain't your apartment gonna be there when you get out? Like, don't you need somewhere to live? Like, why you packing up your apartment if you just going? I mean, if I go somewhere for 30 days, my lease is still for a year. So I'm not you. And you can't give up. Let me stop. Thank God she's going to rehab. Bravo, bravo, bravo. So next we see Brooke, and she's meeting with Bridget Kelly. I still don't remember who Bridget Kelly is. I'm gonna have to Google her to see if she's like, you know, who she is basically. So I guess as Brooke said, they have a love-hate relationship. And if they do, I don't see why they meeting up as if they fucking friends. I'm not meeting up with nobody on camera who I have a love-hate relationship with. But, you know, they hang it any goddamn way because what is this? Reality goddamn on TV. Brooke tells the girl, Valentine, who was a Brooke and who else? God dang. Brooke and Bridget, Lord Jesus. So Brooke is telling Bridget about how, you know, Marcus cheated on her and she trying to make him jealous by hanging out with Booby. And I'm like, you still, girl, bye. So, you know, but she's still saying, but me and Booby ain't never crossed that line. I'm just trying to make Marcus jealous in any way possible. And she then throws shade at Bridget, saying, and the reason I'm talking to Bridget about this is because Bridget cheated on her man, so she has to know how to make a man jealous because she's a cheater. I'm like, damn, bitch, you gonna just put her business out on the street? And, you know, she then even said, you know, how Bridget don't have no clue how to keep any man in the friend zone, basically because she fuck all of them. I'm looking like, y'all really making Bridget Kelly to be a hoe in these streets. So, you know, they talking or whatever, and Bridget, it's like, you working with him for real? And she's like, yeah, we're working on his music and stuff. Bridget then goes on to say, you know, Booby can be like, you know what I'm saying, the male lead of my video, but he can't get no feature. That's why I need to see who she is. Because I'm looking like, are you a person who you can really say someone else's music ain't popping? Because again, I don't remember who she is. But I'm looking like, you just straight up hoe Booby and you don't even know that man. Every artist has a starting point. You know what I'm saying? So don't hold that man unless you've heard his records or heard his whatever and you know it's bullshit. So I thought that was kind of, you know, funny. So it's just them having a little basic conversation about it or whatever. So we then see Bridget meeting up with her man who she cheated on, who they back together. And, you know, she's letting him hear that song that she did with Ray J, Pussy Is So Good. And her man James, who, by the way, is a cutie, he like, I don't know if I like the song, so he listened to it and he was like, you know, me and Bridget was together. We've been together for several years, you know, off and on. And she's cheated on me with multiple niggas. I'm looking like you just made her out to be a whole hoe. Not a half a hoe, not some of a hoe, not part of a hoe. She's a whole hoe based on you saying she cheated on you with multiple. He said 3 multiples niggas. And then it was like, you know, it's at least 6, 7 niggas who know your pussy so good, so you don't need to make a song called Pussy So Good. I'm looking like, you really out here? I mean, was she out here fucking that many people, bruh? I mean, dang. I mean, cheating on somebody one time was one thing, but multiple, that's like 5, 6, 7, 8 people. You know what I'm saying? You need to calm down, Brooke. Not Brooke, Bridget. So, you know, she like, well, I'm trying to do something new. So, you know, we trying to do this video, me and Ray J. So I got to see what's popping because I'm trying to, you know, do something different. So he like, all right, we'll see what it's about and we can take it from there. So, you know, next, it was a scene with A1 and Lyrica, and they all at the park. They mamas is there, Zell is there. Zell walked in hand to hand, skipping down the goddamn roll as if they were Jack and Jill down the goddamn on hill, him and Alexis Sky. I'm looking like Zella's real friendly now with Alexis, like as if they fucking best friends. That to me is a little bit weird. I'm all for getting your coin and you know, styling her, but y'all ain't gotta be acting like best friends right about now, just because y'all both mad at Masika. Anywho, they at the park, and all I'm gonna say about this scene is somebody need to tell A1 Mama she need to go do something with her stuff, because that wig she had on and that goddamn gonna move some 1965 new damn show dress was not popping in 2017. I need people to let their mamas know when they don't look right. If my mama left the house something like that, I would say, Ma, no, don't wear that dress, Ma. Don't, no. And it's not even about dogging a person of a certain age to say you don't have the body that you once had. But I feel like no matter how old you are or what your body is, you need to dress for your body. His mama was not dressing for her body or her age. Her wig was horrible. It was a straight up dollar store or, you know, beauty supply $19.99 wig in the plastic bag. And I'm like, you should just go here on and just do something different. Y'all can't keep letting the lady be on camera like that. So, anywho, they was asking Zell to pick a side between them. It was a whole bunch of bullshit. So, basically, he was like, look, the issue ain't even with us. The issue with Alexis and Masika, and they need to handle that. And, you know what I'm saying? But Masika won't face Alexis is the whole conversation. So, we have that. But the next scene we see is Zell wins the goddamn Petty Award of America of the United States for 25 years into the future. This man had a party in the building next door to where Ray was having his party, and it was loud to where Moniece and Ray was at Ray party, and it was early, and they like, what's all that noise? And they leave and go next door. Zell asked them rent the space next door to have an even bigger party to get louder, just to be petty goddamn king of the universe. And you know, he had Hazel there, Alexis, and Lyrica all performing. But I kept on wondering, you know, Lyrica does have a song, so bravo to Lyrica for being able to perform her single. But I don't know what the fuck Alexis do besides be on Instagram. Like, she can't perform anywhere. I mean, did she come there to stand around? But I guess they pay people to go to clubs and stand around, so whatever. And Hazel E, we don't want to hear none of your songs, so we're going to leave that alone. So, you know, when Moniece and Ray walk in, you know, they're like, yeah, my girl Moniece here too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we got the Marshmallow Man talking about Ray. Ray got pissed and tried to throw his goddamn shoe, but security called him. But I'm saying, why Zell calling Ray the goddamn Marshmallow Man, Zell needs to back on up, because we can pretty sure call him a goddamn alien predator, baby. Let's not act like Zell don't look like he couldn't have played the Alien vs. Predator. He couldn't be an alien predator, baby. Yes, he the fuck could. So I'm like, he always going at somebody else, but I mean, you look different too, homie. So, you know, don't go too far. So, anywho, they are there. And at first, they were all kind of a little bit going back and forth. And they kind of stopped arguing. And then Ray was like, well, who told y'all we was talking about y'all anyway? And Moniece was like, Lyrica. And Lyrica like, hold up, it wasn't me. That ain't what I said. You know, you told me that I was going to get my ass beat over because of Alexis, and I didn't like that. So Moniece apologized for her antics. Lyrica apologized for her antics. Ray apologized to Alexis. Alexis apologized to Ray. And they all, you know what I'm saying, piece it out. And they all agreed the issue is between Masika and Alexis. And they're like, yeah, Masika just won't face it. We just want her to talk. She was like, I just want Masika to talk to me. So they all come to the conclusion that they don't have any issues. They need to stop making Masika issues their issues, because she's never anywhere around. She doesn't come to anything. And that's the one thing that Moniece and Ray were talking about before they went over to Zell's party next door, was that they be having stuff and Masika just don't show up. She's not being supportive, basically, meaning they know she's not showing up because Alexis is gonna probably be there, and so she does not being supportive because she feel like she don't have to be. And you know what I'm saying, I guess that's all well and good. The funny part about the whole thing is why everybody apologizing, Zell and Ray, like, fuck that, we still don't rock with each other. You know, they still beefed out, kind of how Alexis and Masika is. But it's dumb because y'all beef is still a little bit of Masika's fault. So, you know what I'm saying, grow the fuck up. So, next we see a little thing. We see where A1 meet up with Marcus and he dry snitch and tell Marcus that, you know, Bridget, that Brooke came to their party with Booby. They looked all booed up, you know, that she basically insinuated something was going on between her and Booby. And Marcus like, well, I feel some kind of way because I'm out here being faithful to her and not fucking around since my divorce. But you fucked around on her, period. That is why she ain't fucking with you, because you cheated on her. So you can't get mad at anything she's doing while y'all ain't together. But I digress. So he like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go roll up on them and I'm gonna find out what's going on. A1, you a whole snitch out in these streets and I can't fuck with no snitches. We see the scene of Bridget doing this damn video with Ray J. You know, James was there. They had her on the bed. On each side of the bed was goddamn stripper pose. And she was in like a bodysuit. Body banging. She looks great. Body was banging. She had a cheap wig. Cheap wig. But he had her with a money machine spraying money and dollar bills from her coochie. And James, and she was singing, you know, Pussy So Good. And James looking like, this shit looks horrible. And it looked cheap. It looked like some low budget bullshit. And when Ray asked James his opinion, he was like, if this is your wife, if this is Princess, you would not let it be going. He like, it looks stupid. It doesn't look right. Ray then pull out a book bag and he like, I'm all about this money. I'm about stacking this paper. I don't get why any person is walking around with a book bag full of cash unless you just waiting on someone to kidnap your goddamn wife and you need to fucking ransom money. Why do you have bags of cash in the fucking book bag? Don't y'all have banks? I'm bitch. Anywho, as he's saying that, someone shows him a phone and he like, oh, my wife was ovulating. I gotta go, you know, try to make a baby. And he leaves, you know, Bridget there, her goddamn gone bodysuit, like, okay, I have the best directors, y'all can handle it. And I'm looking like, how the fuck you gonna just leave? So he leave and Bridget's like, okay, so what's next? And James then says, look, let me see what I can do. Let me, you know, talk to some people and we're gonna see, you know, what I can come up with. I hope we come up with something better than her shooting goddamn dollar bills from her coochie, because she too old to be doing that. Point blank into the period. So the next scene we see is Brooke and Booby, I guess, are doing a showcase together. So they're at rehearsal. She's a singer. He's trying to get into rapping. They have a song together. It makes sense. You know, they're doing a showcase. Marcus walk in. He like, oh, what up? She like, what you doing here? He like, well, yeah, I heard, you know, from somebody that you and him hanging out. And not, she like, I know. A1 probably told you and he snitched. Yep, A1 whole snitch out in these streets. And he like, well, I'm trying to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You and old boy out here. You and old boy being cool and hanging out. And y'all all up on each other like something going on. And we be like, oh, boy got a name. I'm like, speak up for yourself, Booby. Go ahead. But Booby still kind of, he didn't get himself involved. I feel like Booby not the kind of person who going to be up here fighting on camera. You know what I'm saying? Especially over no female. He seemed like he too calm, cool, and collective to do that. So I liked how he just said, you know, oh, we got a name. But still let Brooke and Marcus have their conversation because it really wasn't about him. And, you know, Marcus is saying how he's upset because she out here hanging. And she like, don't come here like you hurt. You know, you cheated on me. You had me looking stupid. And he like, yeah, but now you got me looking dumb out here if you out here trying to fuck with him. And she like, boy, shut up. Don't come here. You ain't hurt. You was fucking that girl. And going off. And then she like, leave. Bye, Marcus. He like, oh, bye? Really? Bye? And she like, yeah, bye. I'm tired of your shit. I'm like, oh my God, please be over this shit. Because Marcus, we don't care who you are, brother. You had, bye. Okay, bye. So, you know, Marcus leave. You know, her Booby and Brooke is sitting there. And Booby, like, in his confessional, he's saying, you know, I played the sideline. I let her handle her. I let this situation play out. But now I'm going to speak up. He then says to her, you know, you had to see how he was. You had to see that you deserve better than him. You know what I'm saying? You just, what do you say? You know, you worth more than that and you need to see it. And she's sitting like, you're right. You're right. I love you. Bitch, what? Where'd that come from? You love who? And then he was like, I love you too. And then they kissed. I'm like, what? I mean, people, look, y'all can't tell me Booby and Brooke ain't fucked at least 2 times in the past 15 years. You can't tell me it ain't happened. I'm going to say 2 times in the last 15 months. Something went down between them two. But you know what I'm saying, it was a little kiss on, it was a kiss on the lips. It was, you know, it ain't how you kiss your friends. I don't kiss any of my friends at all. You know what I'm saying? You kiss that man in the mouth like you wanted to do it forever. And we see that whole scene of them, you know, oh, I love you. I love you too. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Okay, booby, get your groove back. But anywho, so the last scene of the evening, we finally see Masika. Masika ain't been on the episodes, I think, since Zale and Ray got into that fight. I think I dang on Pedicure Place. And even before that, it was when Masika and Zale got into it, and Zale told her she had dirty ankles. Zale goddamn petty. Anywho, you know, Moniece and Ray are at Masika's showcase of her singing this song. Now, I don't know why Masika had on a body shaper bodysuit, catsuit, and some goddamn on thigh-high blue boots. To me, it looked real cheap. I get what she was going for, but I don't feel like she pulled it off well enough. She was completely lip-syncing to the point where I didn't even believe that was her voice that she was lip-syncing to. It just seemed so fake. I feel like it was a little bit stupid. She had a crown on. I was just over the whole thing. So, you know, she sit down and she talking after she didn't lip sync her song. She wasn't singing live, okay? She sit down. Ray and Emily's like, oh, that's a nice song. I like that song. And as they talking, we see Alexis, Hazel, Zale, Lyrica all walking in. So when they see them walk in, Moniece is like, oh, shit. So Ray like, Masika, you know, we've been talking, and we think, you know, you just need to handle this. And she like, handle what? And he was like, and so she turned, and you hear Alexis saying, Masika, hey, Masika. And Masika just froze like, this bitch is really in my presence. Masika been ducking and dodging Alexis like the goddamn police. She been ducking and dodging as if she owed that lady money. To this point, it's stupid. In the beginning, I'm like, okay, Alexis is just stalking Masika and it's stupid. But now I feel like Masika feel like she too good to have a conversation with Alexis. And that's the bottom line of it. I don't feel like you too good because y'all both on the same show, mama. And if you don't want to make her famous and you don't want her in your space, have that one conversation and then leave that shit there. The reason she keep coming back is because you keep giving her the opportunity to say something to you because you haven't had that conversation. Do I think Masika owe Alexis any kind of conversation based on her fucking Fetty Wap? No. Why? Because I'm pretty sure Masika was not the only person Fetty Wap was fucking while he was with Alexis. So do I feel like she deserves that conversation? 100% no. But at the same time, why keep up bullshit? Why keep having your friends having to defend you and get into arguments and get into fights when you can nip it all in the bud and talk to that bitch one good time? I don't care if you tell that bitch, look, I fucked him, get over it. Or if you say to her, you know what I'm saying, if you was hurt, whatever you say to her, had that conversation and then dead that shit right there. But that ain't what she want to do. So, you know, they all standing around. So it's a whole bunch of people. And Alexis like, let's have a conversation as adults. And Masika like, I told y'all I wasn't doing no scenes with this bitch. I told y'all I wasn't doing scenes with this hoe. And I'm looking like, well, why you talking as if you... It was just weird. So she get up as if she walking out. But she then tried to sneak crush Alexis. Of course, security grab her. They put her one way, Alexis go the other way. And she's like, be an adult, Masika. Why can't we have a conversation? I agree. Have a conversation and then, again, leave it at that. But they're separated. And Masika like, I told y'all I wasn't talking to that bitch. I'm tired of making hoes famous. But Masika, you not even famous, boo-boo. You not famous. So you can't make anyone else famous. If anything, Fetty Wap made both of y'all famous. Because y'all are more famous for being the whole thing with him. So you can't make Alexis famous. Alexis can't make you famous. And I don't even know the last song that Fetty Wap had out. But I digress. So, you know, they're being separated, you know. But I feel Hazel even made a good point in saying, Masika, be on social media being all hard, big and bad, but in person she be scary, she running away. I don't even like Hazel, but she got the goddamn point. You can't be on social media and be a goddamn gone Twitter finger bully and you going hard at everyone. Oh, fuck Alexis. If I see her this, if I see, or whatever you saying on social media. You can't do all of that and then when that person in your face, you run the other way. Or you call security. Or you say, I'm not gonna make that bitch famous. But you've been talking all that shit on social media. Either be on social media dead quiet. Like either don't address her at all and say, I'm not going to address her, but you can't address her on social media, but not had a ball to talk to her in person. And I feel like Masika punked out. She did. You could have said whatever, you could have cussed Alexis out. You could have told her that she wasn't shit. You could have did whatever you needed to do and say, I had that conversation with you, but I don't care that you didn't get out what you wanted to say. We had a conversation. But that ain't what she did. She left. So, they're like, Masika might not be ready to fight, and Masika might not be ready to get, to fix this shit. But I'm going to get my shit done. His ass then wait for security to separate Alexis and Masika, and he rushed to try to get Zale. And in the process, he knocked over Lyrica and Monique to the ground. And the security still tackled him, and Ray like, oh my God. He didn't even get to Ray. It was just so stupid. And then, Zale then get up on the stage and saying, everybody's calling me Masika Kalisha. We say Masika Kalisha's fuck for a feature. I'm looking like, she fucking for features now, Zale? So, Alexis said, let me go try to find her outside to talk to her. She goes outside to try to find Masika. Masika is trying to find her phone and her purse, and she's mad. And this shit, I can't believe, I told y'all. She got that whole goddamn Jocelyn Hernandez syndrome, but whatever. And so Alexa's like, Masika. And Masika like, bitch, go back under the rock you came from. And Alexa's like, you know what? I tried to talk to her. She keep running. I'm done with it. And she walked her way, and Masika walked her way. Again, and that's how the episode goes off. Again, I feel like Masika punked out. I feel like Masika should have had some kind of conversation. Even if the conversation was to cuss Alexis out and say, bitch, stop stalking me. Whatever you wanted to get off your chest, you should have said it there. Got it over and done with. Because the way she handled it, to me, was more immature than if she would have physically really fought her. You had the girl there. She wasn't being smart. She was being, aggravating or whatever by her voice. But you could have said, bitch, I don't want to talk to you. And that could have been it. Like, I had nothing to say to you. I don't care how you feel. What you want to say. Say it. Okay? And I still don't care. Now what? Bye. And that could have been it. And then Alexis could have never came back and said, she won't talk to me. Well, no, she talked to you. You said what you had to say. And then that was it. Now y'all shouldn't have anything else to say to each other. But I digress. That ain't what Masika did. So, I can't wait till next week's episode. It looks entertaining, so we shall see. But this is my review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. This is season 4, episode 9, Intervention. Until next time, people, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.